40 years Marcel had worked this patch of earth, the first 30 of them being, by all accounts, far more peaceful. For the last 10 years he had a shadow, a scrawny goat, as stubborn as he was devoted. Worn boots crushed damp earth as Marcel stomped down the wheat rows to check the morning crop. A tiny brass bell clanged around Ziggy's neck as he trotted after Marcel, nearly tripping him up. Ziggy lunged towards the wheat, mouth open wide, treating Marcel's hard work as a buffet.
Ziggy.
Marcel flapped a dismissive hand at the goat. "Ziggy, leave the crop be," he grumbled softly. Ignoring the warning, Ziggy glared at Marcel's back and chowed down on a second stolen stem. It was their daily dance. A weary man, a greedy beast, and a vast, quiet sky above. That night, Marcel peered through the farmhouse window, feeling the heavy wind turn sour. He narrowed his eyes at the sickly purple horizon. Not a single bird made a sound. Sensing danger, Ziggy dove under the wooden table, pressing tight against the cold stone. He pinned his ears flat in terror, frozen in the heavy, suffocating silence. Marcel barred the door shut, feeling the air grow thick with impending disaster. Across the valley, thunder roared out its warning shot, rattling the quiet house. He bowed his head for the field, knowing his hard work stood no chance tonight. Darkness slammed down as the heavens tore open over the old farmhouse. The world split in two as the storm struck, battering the old house with raw force. Torrential rain whipped the glass, rattling the frames until the wood groaned. A screaming ghost of a wind howled through the roof timber until dawn. In total darkness, Marcel heard his whole livelihood ripped apart. Every violent gust outside felt like a direct blow to his own tired body. The wind died down to a low growl, as if the sky itself wasn't finished with him. Marcel gripped the handle with a shaking hand, dreading the sunlight. Outside stood 40 years of sweat, likely turned to mud. He pushed the front door wide, staring at a ruined landscape of broken wheat, choking in the gray mud. For once, the bloody goat didn't cause a scene, standing mute alongside the old man. His hands were red with cold and caked in dirt, shaking uncontrollably. Marcel slumped under the heavy loss until the scrawny goat offered a gentle bump to his shin. He took a deep breath, adjusted his cap, and set off down the muddy track into town. Asking for help went against every bone in his body, but despair drove his feet forward. The neighbor dropped his timber, staring open-mouthed at Marcel's mud-caked coat and worried face. "Marcel, what happened?" the neighbor asked, as Marcel gestured towards the horizon with a heavy heart. "My field, it's all gone." "I need help," Marcel admitted, his strength finally fading. "Let me get my things. I will call the others." "You are not alone in this, old friend," said the neighbor. By midday, 10 men worked the ruined land together, clearing debris and turning fresh soil for a new start. The storm had flattened the harvest, but it had not broken the resolve of the village. Down on his knees, Marcel buried a new seed into the soft earth, ready to start again. Beside him, Ziggy chewed a stray stalk, looking satisfied with himself for helping rebuild the farm. By the following spring, the field was more beautiful than ever before. The new wheat stood tall. Marcel walked the rows, his heart full, and Ziggy followed closely behind, still stealing bites of the crop, just as he always had. Some things change, but others grow back stronger as the goat's bell jingled, a sound of life moving on.